In this next video, I want to show you how to add your assignments and pages to the calendar independent of the agenda. In my last video, I had showed you how to create an agenda in which all of the things a student needs to do for a day or a series of days can be posted in the agenda with clickable links so that they can find everything. However, if you notice right below, I also have an assignment that shows up on that date with a due date time. This is a feature that pre-populates in Canvas if you set a deadline in an assignment or a page. So if I click on this, it brings me to a page. If you might notice, this is a page. It is not an assignment. So one of the things that you can do is for a page, you can add a to-do date. So for example, if you look right below where it has the title, it has it highlighted in blue right here, to due date, and then it has the date that the student should do this in order to maybe keep pace, what have you. Nothing's going to happen if a student doesn't do it on that date. However, it's nice for students to be able to set a pace. So to set a to-do date on any page, when you open up the page, there is an edit pencil, and you click edit. And at the very bottom, this is what a default looks like. Underneath where it says who can edit this page, there is a little link that says add to student to do. And you can click the little button, and then it gives you some options. If you click the calendar button, you can choose which day the student needs to do it. And you can even say what time they need to do it by. So for example, if you just need them to do it that day, you could have it set for 11:59 p.m. But let's say you need them to turn in a permission slip, and the permission slip is linked here, and they need to have it done by 3 p.m. You could change the time to 3 p.m. And when you have added that to do, you can click save. And when we go to the calendar, of course, as usual, we will be able to see that it is right there. Now, if we think about this, let's say in terms of assignments, because sometimes we put assignments in to Canvas, we put them in modules, but we don't necessarily put a due date on them because maybe it's not necessarily important when it gets done. However, we do want students to know when about it should be done. So here are all of my assignments I have created for this course. And let's say I have a semicolon practice assignment that I would like them to get done on June 24th. Just like everything else, if you click edit and you scroll to the bottom, okay, and one of the options near the bottom where it says assign is where you can assign to everyone in your group, in your class, or a specific section. You can even type a specific student. So let's say you want to give a certain student a different due date than somebody else, because maybe they need it for an IEP, or maybe you talk to them one-on-one on what they need. We can change their due date. But in this case, I'm going to give everyone the same due date here. And then where it says due, I can click the calendar button once again, and I can decide what day it's due, and I can even decide what time it is due. If it's just due that day, you can just leave it to 11:59, and then you can click save. So if I go back to the calendar, once again, my internet is slow. So anyway, when I go back to the calendar, once it loads, I will be able to see not only the agenda item, I'll be able to also see the two things I need to get done. The page I need to view and the assignment I need to turn in. If I were to click on the agenda view, it also gives me like a running to-do list of all the things I need to do within this week period or two-day period. If I look at my weekly, I can also see it across this view as well. So making sure to create an agenda in Canvas and making sure to set deadlines or due dates in assignments, even if you don't intend to necessarily make those deadlines be hard and fast, it's still a really good idea so that students, when they open their calendar, can get a glance of what they have to do every day and what is due on what day.